Hot Teas. I am here with Michael this week with Sharon and friends, and we are talking Earth Day and Arbor Day.
And I have some major tea to spill.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Long Island Tea Podcast, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. And this is another fabulous week with Sharon and friends. I am joined by Michael. How are you?
I am good, Sharon. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing good too. It's
You're
crazy.
doing good.
I'm doing very good,
Can't
actually.
wait to hear.
Yes. I am officially off the market.
Uh-oh.
I am engaged. I'm very, very blessed, very, very grateful. Never thought that I would be in a position to say that at this point in my life.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody here at the office has been so supportive every step of the way. Everybody's known my plan for forever at this point, right? I came up with it at eTourism Summit last year, and then it finally happened. Although I'm in such an amazing position because Jackson beat me to it.
He beat you to it.
He beat me to it.
I can't believe it.
Literally a week before, like Friday.
That's so funny.
We were at Coachella seeing Lady Gaga, and in true Jackson form, did exactly what I would always dream of.
Aww.
And puts a ring on my finger during Lady Gaga's set.
Incredible.
No words.
Were you completely shocked?
Oh, well, yeah, because, for a year, you're expecting to
Your plan to go a certain way.
Yeah, and then just first of all, Coachella, that's a whole nother beast.
I know, we can't wait to
That's a whole nother beast. But you're at a concert, you're just not thinking that something like that would ever happen.
Absolutely.
It was kind of like my own little Taylor Swift love story moment.
I love it.
For Kristen who's listening. You just, when you see all the TikToks of everybody, proposing during Love Story and stuff, that was me, but during Born This Way
I love
at Coachella.
Oh my gosh.
I was just shocked. He whispers in my ear, I have a gift for you. And it just happened so fast. And he put the ring on my finger, and she's still saying it. Just was a lot.
It's like magical. It's like so surreal, right? Like
yes,
you have no
surreal.
idea. And then you wound up following through with your plans this past week.
Yeah, because I still wanted to do my plan because everybody has just been hearing about it for so long, and I wanted to make sure that he had his moment. Because the way that I described it to him was, I said I was like, you just give me so much of your heart and your life that I wanted to be the one to make this gesture and give you this moment and stuff.
So sweet.
Yeah, but figures he's too perfect that of course he's going to beat me to it,
Was he shocked when you proposed to him?
Shocked is an understatement. He was stressed is the best way that he could say it, because I got him to think that we were just going to take nice pictures because we were at Coachella. So we're like, let's just wait, like when we're not, pictures. When we're not like, about to pass out from the heat.
Right. It was like 100 degrees, right?
100 degrees every day.
Oh my gosh.
It's not for the weak.
No.
Camping, great group, so much fun. I would probably like to do an Airbnb next time. But it was amazing. It was amazing. But so anyway, I got him to think that we were just going to take pictures at the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens for the cherry blossoms, which is where I wanted to do it. So we go, and first of all, of course, because it's freezing still, nothing
was blooming.
Well, enough was blooming, thankfully.
Enough colors.
Yes, there was enough colors. But I had two of my friends go before me, and they found like a private area that would be cute for it. So we go there, and I start talking to him. We take a couple of pictures as if it's just for us, or as for his proposal, and then I get on one knee, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Like very. It's funny because Kristen was actually telling me the story of when Thomas proposed to her.
Yeah.
And she at first was just so like, what's going on? So she had actually a similar kind of experience in that regard. But he was just like, what's going on? Because he had already done it in his head. Right. So he's like, why are you on your knee? And he thought that I was kind of just faking it for the picture.
Yeah.
And then I pulled out the ring, and then he was like, oh my God, but he was still really stressed. And then he saw my friends taking pictures of us. So he was like, there's random people taking pictures of us. What's going on? So anyway, he was so happy, but we moved over and reposed and did. So the picture that everybody loved and has been so
It was
supportive.
a retake.
It was a retake,
That's
but
so cute.
it's okay. Yeah, it was just as special, and really because I had it happen to me so unexpectedly.
Yeah.
I really had the best of both worlds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It was so cute because I had FaceTimed his mom when I was with my mom getting his ring, and she knew about both proposals. So she like privately texted my mom, and she was just like, "Oh, I hope Michael won't be upset."
Aww.
And then she was just like, "No, he's going to love it." So, and then it happened. And then we went to a wedding for my family side the next day. And then we celebrated Easter with his side. So
nice.
Yeah, it was a great celebratory weekend. How was your Easter?
It was lovely. I did my fabulous Easter hunt with the kids. We were trying to get really creative this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan wanted to do like this whole puzzle piece thing. And then that just kind of, we are like, we try really hard to be the best and, outdo what we did last year or whatever. But we always wait until the last minute. And it's just not on purpose, but at the same time, life. Exactly. So it's like, we really have these grand scheme plans. And then it's like, oh, but they had the best time. It was really cute.
Good.
We had brunch at my nephew's house. It was really nice. We had beautiful weather. I mean, oh my gosh.
Gorgeous.
I couldn't get over it.
And then here we are today.
Freezing again. But I think it's supposed to get up to like 70s this week.
Yes.
Which is cool.
Yes.
I'm really excited.
So the kids liked it though?
They did. They had the best time. Braden's at an age where he's, he plays along very well.
Yeah.
So we wound up getting him a baseball bat that he wanted. And he's like texting me later on in the day out playing with it. And he's like, Mom, who bought me the bat? You or Dad or whatever. And I was like, the Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny, hello.
The Easter Bunny got you the bat. But they're doing so good. It was such a good weekend. And they are off again today because the way they
they gave them an extra day.
They gave them an extra day because they didn't use all the snow days. But it's not nice because they didn't tell us until like later. So to find coverage, they didn't have camp today. So because the camp didn't even know that they were off.
So then you have to find daycare and all that.
Nightmare.
Working mom.
Nightmare. But we got it.
And we're here.
We're
thriving.
We're thriving.
On
we're doing
Long Island.
the Long Island Tea podcast today.
Yes. I loved last week with Stacy. It was so
great,
fun.
right? I love having everybody come in and, I think all the hot teas are going to have like a good perspective of our team. Yeah, they get to meet
the team a little bit.
Yeah.
And, it just really stinks that we're losing Kristen. I can't. We've cried a lot.
I don't know. I'm like devastated.
Yeah. But I think we're more just happy for her.
I am so happy for her. So happy. This week we're going to be doing a lot of celebratories with her. I'm so excited. But it's just, I think when Friday comes and it's her last day, it's going to really hit.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been definitely blocking it out. Stacey and I got to see her recently, and we kind of got to have a nice little lunch talking about that. And I showed her the ring and everything, so she knew about all the plans and stuff. But
so cute.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, we're here.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it going, keep thriving.
We're going to keep it going. I think that, there's... we have never been stronger as an organization.
Yeah.
I think the team is ready, willing and able to just jump at whatever we need to do. We have Mitch coming in as our interim president and CEO.
He's great.
He's so awesome. He came in last week and he kind of met with everybody departmentally just to get an idea of how things are going and what we're doing, what our plans are, and
I love his input as well. Especially right off the gate, having that input and just being that energy that we need. And it's exciting.
He's a magical man.
Yeah.
I think it's just his history here on Long Island, what he's, done in his career, what he brings to the table for us, I think is really going to be so important during this time.
He knows, especially, the communities, like what they want. And he has like a lot of relationships around Long Island, which is huge.
It's huge. It's so exciting for us. And, the board is stepping in. Mark came in too as our vice chair. He's extremely supportive. So we're going to go through this together. And I think that, when we eventually do start doing the search for the president and CEO, like I said, it has to be somebody just as dynamic as Kristen, if not more, because again, those are big high heels to fill, and it's the expectations of our organization with the community, with the region, I think are just really important, now more than ever. So I think it's going to be a very exciting time for us. But I think how else can we do that but do some fun things and talk about fun things about Long Island on this podcast?
Yeah, like obviously the brand new seafood cuisine trail.
Yeah, so we did a press press conference with that.
Kristen went. Yeah.
So exciting. It's on the South Shore, which we're
love. We're the South Shore.
Exactly.
Yes.
But it's part of the Long Island Seafood Cuisine Trail. It continues to gain popularity, spanning from Bayshore, my hometown, all the way out to Montauk. The trail features 20 seafood businesses and related points of interest, and the North Shore Trail is set to launch this summer, expanding the seafood stops to 25 locations.
I mean, Long Island cuisine in general,
Iconic.
But our seafood, and just what an amazing initiative to get the word out about, the different, fishermen, the seafood restaurants, all of the history, especially, with our Belong videos. We did Little Ram Oysters and, the maritime and, aquaculture that we have. It's such a huge part of what makes Long Island the best place that it is,
Exactly.
So I just love being able to highlight this, and especially being from the South Shore originally, we know all of those restaurants, we know all of those spots.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
And I'm so excited because what better way to showcase our, our fishery and our aquaculture than to do a seafood trail, a cuisine trail.
It makes sense.
I'm surprised it took us this long, because we're an island.
Yeah. And even just, the getting more attention to the ferries and stuff.
Yes.
Like I remember, we just recently, I think last year, did a press conference with Patchogue for the Fire Island ferry over there and stuff. So it just makes sense that we're just continuing that going on and on. But, it's really exciting.
It's so exciting. Real quick, did you happen to watch the news? I know you live in Brooklyn, so I don't know if you saw News 12, but there was a dolphin in the...
I saw in the canal.
In the canal.
Yeah, and then I think now they're studying it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
because
they're making sure that he's okay.
Yeah,
and, they had some people come in and try and shift him back out.
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's hard. It's harder than you think. I think. It's just,
well, yeah, and I mean, especially once you drift off a little bit, it's hard to get back.
I just think it's so wild. Our waters are that warm, to have these dolphins come, because I remember last summer seeing them right in the ocean at Robert Moses, and everybody like, oh my gosh, it's
whales
crazy.
Too.
Whales
at Robert Moses.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I remember last summer, like there was, I think it was dolphins and whales in the same day. I was like, what?
It's so weird, right?
It's crazy. And especially being from here, you forget that we have that. There's so many different, destinations and places in the world that you don't really get that beauty.
Right.
And we take it for granted sometimes, but that's why it's so great to have our job where we get to tell people,
exactly,
this is why you should come here. This is what you can do. A new partner that came on, I believe, was Viking Fleets.
Okay.
So we, all the whale tours that you could do and the seal watching and stuff. It's just amazing. And clearly you don't need to go all the way out to Montauk to do it.
Exactly. It's crazy. You can go right on the South Shore.
Yeah. But it's so amazing. If you don't want to go all the way out to a boat or the beach, where can you go to see some marine wildlife?
Our very own Long Island Aquarium,
yes,
who they just released that their otter pups were born. The aquarium has introduced 4 newborn North American river otter pups, 2 males and 2 females, born in February. Visitors can participate in naming them through an online poll, with winners announced on Mother's Day. The pups and their mother are currently on display at the Otter Falls exhibit, which helps celebrate the aquarium's 25th anniversary.
25 years.
I know, it's so incredible.
Like a little bit, like that's almost my life.
That is,
like
it's almost my life here at Discover Long Island.
Yeah, I'm going to be 27 this year, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
But no, just especially if you're from here, the Long Island Aquarium just has such a special place in your heart. Going on field trips. I was in Cub Scouts growing up, and we did like an overnight thing there.
Oh, you did? You did?
Yeah.
You camped there?
We did, yeah.
Oh my
it
gosh,
was right in
by
front of
the shark tank?
Yeah,
that's
so cool.
So cool.
So cool.
I've always wanted to do that. Like Stacey was talking about last week, how she wanted to do the shark dive. I want to just sleep on the floor next to
Yeah, and I mean, just it's such it's the best. I always say Long Island is so wholesome and a really great family place to grow up. But when you have a place like the aquarium where you can see a sea lion show, where you can,
it's so cute,
and it's good.
It is
too.
good. It's entertaining.
Like really good, and they love their animals too. Like they, especially Brian, like all of their efforts to, not only just at the aquarium, but making sure
And
that
the
Long
marine
Island,
rescue.
the marine rescue aspect of it all is just so amazing. And the otter pups, there's 4 pups.
And we get to name them. That's so cute.
Yeah, so you can go online. I believe you can check it out on the aquarium's Instagram and their website. But yeah, you can help name the pups.
That's so cute. 2 females, two males. You saw pictures of them, you said?
Yeah,
They're
no, they are beautiful. I have to show you after this. They are so cute. It's just nice, that, wildlife, especially even at, a place like White Bose Farms when they had the giraffes have the baby, like just keeping their species alive and keeping it thriving in such a great place that everybody can enjoy. I just had my best friend has her daughter, and we've taken her to the aquarium a bunch.
Oh, yeah. I take my kids all the time. I mean, they love it. Even, Braden's 12, and he still loves it. He's like, it's so interesting. And you know what it is? It's very serene. Like, it's peaceful. It's beautiful. Even in, just walking through the exhibits and petting the
penguins.
The penguin. You can't pet the penguins, but the stingrays.
Yes, petting the stingrays. Yes, but you can meet the penguins, which is great.
So cute.
And then also you can have the sea lions give you a little kiss with a picture.
Cute.
It's great for all ages. And 25 years, just so amazing. And by the way, great event space.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
The Sea Star Ballroom.
Yep.
Amazing. They have the cruise. The boat cruise. Yes. Like it's just a really great interactive place to go any time of the year. So we love our friends at the Long Island Aquarium.
Yes, we do.
Which is great, actually, that we're keeping this energy going, talking about conservation efforts and wildlife and our destination. It's also Earth Day today.
I love Earth Day.
Earth Day is really special for us because, we actually have it very easy where, it's very easy to post content on Earth Day because there's so many not only beautiful landscapes on Long Island, but just our conservation efforts, like we were just talking about.
Absolutely.
Kristen and I went to the Sustainability Forum at UBS Arena 2 weeks ago. And it's just great to hear about all of the different efforts that Long Island is putting forth to, not only put us on the map as far as sustainability and all of that, but there's so much work that goes into like powering this location and keeping all of, so many jobs that are impacted by it as well.
Yeah.
So Earth Day is just so amazing. And, just something that I found was the Peconic Estuary is recognized as the estuary of estuary of national significance by EPA, highlighting its critical role supporting marine biodiversity and water quality on Long Island.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And Long Island boasts more than 100 protected areas, including parks and nature preserves, offering habitats for diverse wildlife and recreational opportunities for residents and visitors alike.
Like, how many Suffolk County parks or New York State parks have you been to where they have the wildlife, like they have the education as well?
That's what I love about it. They have even if there's not somebody there talking about it,
there's all these little signs,
and
they share it with you and remind you the history of those spots too.
Yeah.
Like our parks alone are just such a great place to celebrate Earth Day for a hike all year long.
All year long, yeah.
And also Long Island leads New York State in residential solar panel installations.
Wow.
Driven by incentives by PSEG Long Island, promoting renewable energy adoption among homeowners. Just keeping that energy going. And,
that's crazy. Long Island leads New York State. That's awesome. Suffolk County's Farmland Preservation Program was initiated in 1974. It's the oldest of its kind in the nation, successfully preserving over 11,000 acres of farmland to maintain agriculture viability and open space.
How many farms on Long Island have you been to, or farmers that you've met? Like you were talking about the Long Island Farm Brewery and Water Drinker Family Farm, just how they're a farm family that brought, this amazing business alive, just by being farmers. And you have all the vineyards and
it's
everybody.
crazy. I mean, as a visitor, people don't understand the diversity of Long Island and Suffolk County alone. You come onto the island, out of the city or wherever, and you're in Nassau County where it's still a little, busy and things like that. But the further east you go, the more serene and open space and beautiful it is.
Yeah, like that's the best part about the drive.
I love it too.
Because once you get to kind of like the more open areas and stuff, and just it makes sense because obviously like our soil is so amazing for all of it and stuff. It makes a lot of sense. And, you know, just really quickly, I know we're bragging, but the South Fork Wind Farm located off of the coast of Montauk is the first commercial scale offshore wind farm in the United States, generating 132 megawatts of clean energy to power 70,000 homes and significantly reducing carbon emissions.
Wow.
That they were talking about that at the Sustainability Forum. Crazy.
That is crazy.
70,000 homes impacted by offshore wind farms, and it's just expanding. They're continuing that, which is great. But it's just nice that, you know, on days like Earth Day, you know, we can look at where we live.
We can recognize that, you know, that our island is really doing its
part.
Job.
Yeah, and doing its part.
Initiatives like the Suffolk Project in Aquaculture Training, SPAT, also known as, are actively working to restore oyster and clam populations in Long Island's bays, enhancing water quality and marine biodiversity. We have done a collaboration with Relic T-shirts for I believe every T-shirt sold.
Yes. Oysters are planted, you know, like once you get the shirt and stuff like that. So we've worked with Relic and, you know, just keeping that sustainability mission alive. We always like to make sure that we talk about it. And they're so cute. I love the color.
I love the color.
So you can go to shop.discoverlongisland.com to check that out. But yeah, no, I just love days like Earth Day because you get to just be reminded extra why you love where you live.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we are getting into, I mean, the end of April where everything is starting to bloom. I mean, we had enough rain, as we know, March, thank you. But I noticed this past weekend, just literally driving around, like the cherry blossoms are starting to come alive.
Yes.
My grass is absolutely greener.
Yes.
You know, I just noticed it the other day pulling into my driveway. I was like, wow. And I said to my husband, I'm like, what? It's so green. He's like, because of all the rain we've just got, you know, I'm like, oh, and it's like, it's starting to turn my mood around.
Yes, weather definitely impacts the mood.
And just having the beautiful sunshine that we did have yesterday, I think it's just really important. But it leads us into our Long Island Restaurant Week spring version for our new blog, which I love our blogs.
Shout out to our communications
They're
team.
so awesome.
They are just killing it with the blogs. You know, you and Kristen talk about it every week on the podcast, but it's just been great. And
they really do.
It goes so well with our social media presence as well. So anytime that you want to read our blogs, go to discoverlongisland.com/blog. But you can celebrate the season with fresh, flavorful, and affordable meals at some of Long Island's top restaurants. Spring Long Island Restaurant Week kicks off Sunday, April 27th and runs through Sunday, May 4th. Featuring top-notch restaurants from all across Long Island. Types of cuisine being offered range from Brazilian to German, Indian to Cuban, French to American, Italian to Mexican, Vietnamese to Greek, Irish to Latin. So many different things.
So many.
Because people don't realize, like, Long Island is built of so many amazing cultures. And I think that especially we do a really good job showcasing that at our restaurants.
Yeah, we do. And why not just, you know, go out, enjoy some meals with your friends or family, and get a
great
discounted
deals.
Yes, exactly. It's awesome. But you can check out some of our partners like Ocean Club Montauk, located inside the Montauk Yacht Club Resort and Marina. They're going to be offering a 3-course dinner menu as a first-time participant in the tri-annual Long Island Restaurant Week event this spring.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to check them out this summer because I'm going to film at the resort. So I definitely can't wait to check out that restaurant. Our good favorite place, you know, Arlo Kitchen and Bar in Northport. They always have amazing offerings for Restaurant Week. Mirabelle Tavern at 3 Village Inn. They'll be offering both a 2-course lunch for $24 and a 3-course dinner for $46 during Restaurant Week. The restaurant recently unveiled a new menu with select dishes available to try during your visit. So this is a great opportunity to also just try a restaurant that you've never been to.
Get out there.
Enjoy your favorite ones, but this is the opportunity now that you can try new ones.
Exactly. Yeah. And like Bayberry and Islip, I'm excited to try. And then there's the H2O Seafood and Sushi.
Love
they
them.
are going to be offering $46 3-course dinner during Spring Restaurant Week from April 27th to May 4th. You can treat your taste buds to first course options of warm goat cheese salad, my favorite, Caesar salad, loaded potato soup, Long Island baked clams, and crispy calamari, shrimp, and lobster wontons. It's going to be a really good restaurant week. And if you want to find out more, just go to visit our website at discoverlongisland.com, where we'll be featuring some of our partners.
Or you can download our app.
Yes,
you can download our app on the Google Store or App Store, and you can see what's near you. That's
Yeah.
what I love about that.
It's geofenced, so it follows you where you go. So wherever you pull it up, it's going to show you what restaurants are in your location to go check out.
Yeah. Are you excited for the Ryder Cup?
I'm super excited for the Ryder Cup.
I'm thinking about it because we were just talking about restaurants and food and stuff. So my cousin actually just got married at the Heritage Club.
Oh, beautiful.
The other day. So I was thinking to myself,
that is such a great event space.
It's a great event space. The food was amazing. And just obviously it's right next to Bethpage Black, where the Ryder Cup is going to be. And we're using the same technology for our app for the Ryder Cup.
Right.
As
so
well.
It's geofenced.
Yeah. It's a web-based app, so it's similar, but it's also going to showcase what's near you, whether you're planning your trip here.
Right.
Because, I mean, it was in Rome last
year.
So
exactly.
Obviously,
and you know what's going to be
traveling.
awesome about it is this is, people will be here for the entire time, but maybe they only have tickets to one day, or so it'll give you information in the area that's surrounding you to go check out these restaurants that we're talking about, or the parks that we're talking about, and just kind of really get out and enjoy Long Island.
Yeah, because you might as well while you're here.
Exactly. Fun things happening this weekend is opening night of Navy Beach Restaurant in Montauk. Have you been there?
No, I'm going there this summer. Bree's been there. She shot one of her News 12 segments there, which looked amazing.
It looks so awesome.
Funny enough, too, I was obviously with Jackson's family yesterday celebrating Easter, and we were looking at wedding venues.
Oh,
because it's that time now.
Now it's official.
Now it's official, and Navy Beach was one of them that his mom really liked. So maybe it's crazy, but what an amazing time to have. An opening night for the season at Navy Beach in Montauk. It's Friday, April 25th. So the whole weekend you can enjoy Navy Beach. We're going to be at the Babylon Kite Festival.
I can't wait.
Yes,
I
on
love this.
April 26th.
Yes.
And you can come say hi to our team.
Yeah, we're gonna have a kite there. I'm super excited. We're gonna have possibly Lily will be there. If not, we'll be there with a tent. Just come say hi to the team, grab some inspiration guides, and we'll be there to hang out.
And it's such a great event.
It is.
Yeah.
I've gone. What is this? The third year it's happening, I believe.
I want to say it's the fourth year potentially, but it's just I think it gets bigger every year.
It does.
I went 2 years ago and I was very much like, wow.
It's so unexpected, right?
Yeah, because, again, it's like we're just used to our beach, but there's so many people that come out and they bring their kites. The Kite Festival has their own amazing big kites.
They're
There's
huge.
Like a whale, tiger, like big animals. The food's great. It's at Overlook Beach.
Trucks. It's awesome.
Yeah, they have all different food trucks. It's
such a fun day.
It's a fun day, and it just it reminds you like why living in a place with a great community.
Yeah,
it's like those are the kinds of days
that
you can really enjoy that.
It's going to be so fun. I'm super excited. It's Spring Appreciation Day Festival in Stony Brook Village, also on Saturday, April 26th, and then Arbor Day Festival at Planting Fields Arboretum, also.
Which is beautiful.
Beautiful.
And it's going to be, I believe, Saturday is Arbor Day or Friday. But yes, Stony Brook Village is also amazing. We just had Sarah go and film and cover Stony Brook Village. They have a lot of stuff going on with, the visitor center and the shops and stuff. Yeah. So everybody should go check them out. Really great, a downtown to go
Walking
support.
Village, so cute. I love it. And then Sunday, April 27th is a sparkling celebration at Suru and Lieb Vineyards. But for more events happening, you can check out detailed info. Please visit discoverlongisland.com or download our app. I can't believe it's the end of April. It's wild to me.
It's wild. And May is just, I don't know about you, May is like a psychotic month.
Yes.
For me, it's my birthday month. It's my sister's birthday month. There's a million events.
A million things. It's
so many things to film at too. The social team, we're really trying to figure out how we're going to hit it all, but we're going to make it happen because that's what we do at Discover Long Island.
Yes, exactly.
But obviously Memorial Day, I feel like May is like a breeze.
It is a breeze. It's the kickoff to summer, obviously. It's my wedding anniversary. I'll be married 20 years.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah,
what are you going to do to
excited.
celebrate?
We're going to actually go to Florida.
Oh, good.
We're going to bring the kids. We're going to go to do the Disney thing and have fun. But we stayed at this resort called The Grove the last time we went, and the kids loved it. Like, we went to Magic Kingdom and I bought like the full day pass to go, and the kids at like 1 o'clock were like, "Mom, can we go back to the resort?" The pool was just so cool.
Well, okay. I mean, that's good though, because now you're going to go and you're going to maybe spend
do
more
a half
time.
Day,
half day. Can you do half days?
Yeah, you could do like the hopper. So like one day I'll do a hopper pass and do 2 parks in one.
Okay.
So, because like we're gonna do Animal Kingdom, and
I love Animal Kingdom.
Yeah,
Animal Kingdom's fun.
I love it. I want to do the Avatar ride. I'm excited.
I know. I haven't been there. I performed there when I was a senior in high school. I was in a show choir, so we got to perform at Disney World, which was so much fun.
That's amazing.
It was an amazing experience. I will say, they chose a time during the day, and it was a very humid day. So. And we did like crazy lifts.
Oh,
we did,
wow.
We flipped girls over our shoulders. Like it was a lot.
A lot of performance. Yeah.
Yes. So my mom was definitely hoping that I wouldn't pass out, but it was still memorable nonetheless. But yeah, so that's great that you're going to celebrate your 20th anniversary.
I can't believe it's been 20 years. It's crazy.
My parents have been married 30.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're going to go to Aruba.
Oh, that's where I got married.
Oh, you got married in Aruba. I got married in Aruba. They did their honeymoon there. So they're kind of having their little second honeymoon.
That's what I wanted to do. I really wanted. But honestly, like...
I mean, you have little young kids. It's very hard.
And like 5 of us to go to Aruba is like,
Oh.
That's a savings account.
Yes, I don't even want to think about that.
But Aruba's beautiful. They're going to enjoy it so much.
I know. And I think that they're going to... Because they want us, they were going to renew their vows, and then they're like, we want you guys to be there for that. So we might do something like in Montauk for that.
So cute.
But yeah, so exciting. I'm happy for them. So much love.
So much love happening.
So much love going on.
It's crazy.
The world needs it.
It does. It does. You got any celebrity?
Yes.
Other than that you just got back from Coachella? Let's talk about that.
Oh, okay. Well, so yeah, I would say...
I'm so surprised you camped.
Yeah.
You.
So here's my thing. Yes. So, and everybody keeps telling me that. And I'm just like, thanks. But
You're more of like a
glamper.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what I thought this was going in. Yes.
And it was not?
No, but at the same time, we went with an amazing group of people that live in California that
friends of yours?
Jackson's friends. So they were mutual friends. Had extra air mattresses, extra tent. Awesome. Like it made the situation very easy. We somehow managed to keep 10 cars together.
Wow. Okay.
Which is very hard to do.
Yeah.
But we did like 5 cars in front, 5 cars back. And then we just did 10 big pop-up tents and we got all these tarps. So we made it one big tent.
Okay, cool.
So it's kind of like a big slumber party,
right.
which
That's
was
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
And at night, it's beautiful.
Right.
It's beautiful. During the day, however, misery.
So hot.
For me.
Yeah.
I sweat very easily. Yes, I had like Jackson's just like, what are you talking about? It was so much fun. I loved everybody. I loved the people. You're like trying to get ice. Ice is like the most valuable thing.
Right. Because it's not lasting.
No. So there's a luxury camping option, which they set up the tent for you. You're right next to water.
It's almost like you have a butler type thing bringing you the ice.
Well, yes and no. It's better. It's not. I wouldn't say butler is a reach, but it's definitely a little bit more upscaled.
Yes,
for sure. But other than that, the festival was amazing. We had a really great lineup, obviously seeing Lady Gaga. Green Day performed. They were amazing. Benson Boone.
Oh, yes. How was his performance?
Amazing. The Bohemian Rhapsody with Brian May from Queen.
That's incredible.
Insane.
Incredible.
That was a really cool thing to witness. And he does actually give me a lot of Freddie Mercury energy.
He does. Did you ever watch the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie. Yeah. Rami Malek played Freddie.
So amazing.
Amazing movie. Yeah, that was great. I will say he's a little bit more, not cheesy, quirky.
Okay.
So like, he did some like crowd chanting, like kind of like Freddie did, but like a little too much. Like it was kind of like, what? But he's different.
Right.
He's his own person, and he's like funny. So that definitely sold us as being a fan.
Okay.
Which is what a festival like Coachella is good for.
For his music, all I know is the one song that everybody plays. But
yeah,
does he have a lot of music?
Not that I recognized.
Right.
However, it was great music.
Yeah.
There was one. I think it was called like mystical, magical. I think it was. It was very cute. Like it's very like happy music, which I think again
he's adorable.
World. Yeah, the world needs that.
Yeah.
Marina, I don't think you know Marina.
No.
She originally was in a band called Marina and the Diamonds, but now she's a solo artist and she's got a huge following. So she was also the same stage. She was amazing. Jackson and I really love her. Then Missy Elliott came on.
I love it.
I have to say, great visuals. I didn't know a word.
Well,
I didn't know a word. I felt terrible. And especially like when you're sitting there and you're waiting, especially for like Gaga came out at 11:30.
wow.
So we got there at like 5.
Right.
We got very close,
Yeah.
which is amazing. But to sit through multiple sets in the heat,
Yep.
it's a lot.
It is a lot, but it's, it's fun.
I know.
It's
I was
a memory.
shocked. Yeah, because Jackson, he's like, I'm like holding him up.
Yeah,
like,
because
he's thinking that he's going to pass out, and then meanwhile he still proposed.
Oh, I know, it's so cute.
Still did it. But yeah, no, Coachella was amazing. Everybody keeps talking about the food being so expensive.
Was it?
Yes, but when you're at
a festival.
Well, yeah, I'm also used to like Madison Square Garden and like big concert prices and stuff. So
you were expecting it.
I was expecting it, and also just like when you're at that point with like the water was cheap. Let me just preface: water was $2.
Okay.
Which I know it should be free.
Right.
And there was a lot of situations where it was, but water was very easy to get.
Okay.
Which is something that people should know going in. It's like you're not gonna, not get water.
Right.
But the food was expensive, but I didn't really care because again, once you're just like, first of all, when you're on vacation, we were saying like once you hit the airport, you know, your social norms are gone.
Oh, gone, absolutely.
So you don't mind, you'll spend $30 on a drink or something. So yeah, I didn't really care, and the food was good.
That's good.
And again, it's like local food trucks or local food vendors that like care.
Yeah,
it's not like
they're excited to be there.
Exactly.
Awesome.
It's a good moment for them.
Yeah.
So, but Coachella was amazing. Other celebrity. This isn't celebrity. This is Long Island Railroad tea.
Oh, okay.
So Jackson and I were at Jamaica going to, I think we were going to so we were going to my house first because it was the wedding. And he's just like, oh my God, look, there's like $100 like on the track.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, that stinks. I'm like, whoever dropped that stinks.
Yeah.
So we're just like talking, and he like notices, he's just like, oh man, I wish I could go grab that. And I'm just like, I don't. You're crazy.
Right.
Stop. Then the next thing we know, we see an old man in the tracks.
No.
Like just jumped in.
Oh my gosh.
Wild. I don't know. I didn't even look. I didn't look. We know in those moments where you're just kind of like frozen.
Shocked. Yeah.
So he goes in, grabs the $100 bill like it's nothing, pulls himself up.
Oh my God.
This man's like 70.
Oh my God.
Like not frail, but like not strong.
Right.
Pulls himself up. The track platforms are very high.
High, yeah.
Like you're not, like you need a ladder usually to do it. So pulls himself up, pulls the $100 bill out like this, and just holds it up. Like as if he's like has an audience. And I said to I was just amazed. I was looking around. Maybe 3 people noticed.
Right. Is
no one
anybody
else
watching?
noticed.
Yeah.
And I said, I was like, did anyone film that?
Oh
I didn't film that.
Right.
Bree would, be like, poo. You should have filmed that.
Yeah.
And I should have, because
Oh my
what
gosh.
an incredible but dangerous. Never do that.
Right.
Anybody who's listening,
Nobody should ever do that.
ever do that.
Oh my gosh.
But I said I was like, that was amazing. And I was just like, I don't know how you did that. He's like, when you need it, you do it.
Oh,
Isn't that
that's so nice?
Or when you do it, you can figure it out.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was just like, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was a lot. And thank God it wasn't a bad situation that it could have been. So again, nobody ever do that.
Right. So worth that $100.
Our friends at the Long Island Railroad are like, please remind everybody, no one ever do that.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was crazy.
That is crazy.
That was crazy. Obviously Pope Francis just passed away. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He was very supportive of all, which is very nice. And I hope that continues with whoever carries on his legacy. I was loving your Handmaid's Tale gossip last week. So what do you think? You saw the 4th episode, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm kind of on the same page with you with Serena Joy. It's a little confusing because you hate her. You just hate her.
You hate her.
Like,
you know what? I'm not liking June.
Well, June is...
With this last episode, I'm just like...
How she tried to stop them?
Yeah. Stop.
Why? I mean, I personally, no, I agree with her.
You agree with her?
Yes.
Let it be her to go back?
No. I don't want her to go back. I want them to I don't want them to give up on Hannah.
Right.
However, Nicole is safe. You have
Right.
the baby.
Right.
But also, Moira doesn't need to keep living June's life.
Right.
So
But
I get
feel like
Moira.
June needs to like calm down. Like go back to Alaska.
Well, no, she's not going to just let Luke and Moira get killed, you know, and also she's been through some more battles and
Yes.
experiences than they have. So
Just the filming, the way they're filming it. I don't know who, like the close-ups. I can't stand the close-ups.
oh, well, that's Handmaid's Tale.
I know, but it just makes me like stop.
It's comical.
It's comical.
It's really funny though. Like if you do like a rewatch from season 1, just the amount of times that you just see like a close up on Elizabeth Moss's face.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. We love you.
Love
but like,
you,
wow, I've seen you so much.
times.
Yeah.
It's just such a good show. Like I really do. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy the suspense. I enjoy like what's going to happen.
I've never been so emotionally invested in a show.
I know. Exactly.
I slept on it for so long until maybe 6 months ago. And then just I ugly cried.
Ugly cry.
Every single week, you know, just especially when you have such important women in your life, you know, and just, you know, anybody who doesn't understand things, just watch that. You know, just a mother, you know.
Speaking of mothers, when was her mother introduced? What season?
Kind of like sprinkled in all
Right, there's
throughout.
not
In the beginning, there was some flashbacks with her mom, like being a doctor, like coming, and she was a little bit late to her delivery when she gave birth to Hannah. She came a little too late, but she didn't need her, kind of thing, because she's strong.
Yeah, I just thought I missed something.
Oh, I was a mess. I was a mess when the mom. Spoiler alert!
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Everybody. Spoiler alert. But anyway, yes, I'll leave it at that. But yes, you do see her mom again.
A lot.
And I was just sobbing. But yeah, what else are you watching?
Nothing. That's it. Really, Handmaid's has like encaptured me.
Have you ever seen Hacks?
No.
So it's about a very established female comedian who is a diva beyond, like a nightmare. Actually, is really what she should be described as.
Is she real? Or is this like based on a story?
It's just a fictional story. It's on Max, I believe.
Okay.
Great show, hysterical. She hires like a Gen Z or millennial assistant. And who's like her writer.
Yeah.
So it's like two very different generations kind of like clashing, and they are really close, but then they're really not. And then they're really close and they're really not.
Oh, it sounds
great
good.
show. Definitely recommend that. I still have not seen Severance. I'm sorry, Kristen. I still have not seen
It's
Severance.
really good. I didn't watch this last season.
Everyone keeps just talking about it.
It keeps like changing, I hear. Like the way you know, how it starts out in the first season and then how it's ending with this season is like, it's crazy. Have you ever watched Shrinking?
No.
Oh my God, so good.
Yeah, I
So
know.
good.
It's hard when you're a content creator because you're constantly looking at your phone and looking at your computer and editing things. And like people ask me, they're like, oh, like what podcast do you listen to? I'm like, the ones that I produce.
Right. Exactly.
I'm like, maybe,
That's all I got time for.
Yeah, maybe with the exception of like one extra one just for white noise. But yeah, no, my TV time is very, and then, you know, me and Jackson just like, we love Orange is the New Black. So sometimes we'll just rewatch that because we just love those characters so
Again,
much.
white noise. Like you could watch it and keep it in the background. Yeah.
Law and Order SVU.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm trying to think other celebrity.
I don't think anything's really going on.
Nothing's really happening right
quiet.
now. It's been a little quiet. I don't really mind that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just been starting to do things for weddings.
I love
I made
it.
a list.
That's so exciting.
Which is, I don't know how people do it.
I know. That's why I eloped.
You see, Jackson keeps saying, he's just like, we should just take our grandmothers and go to Las Vegas. I'm like, I know, but like, I don't know. You go to so many other people's weddings and you celebrate love. It's like, you do want that.
Yeah. We went to, like I said, we got married in Aruba with my family, my siblings and my mom and his mom. And we came back and we had a big party, like a backyard party.
Yeah. I think he's more,
Yeah.
he's just like, he just doesn't understand spending that much money. But Yeah.
You got time.
We've got time. We were looking at Sunken Meadows State Park.
Oh, beautiful.
Because Bree had one of her awards events there that I went to with Kristen, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I love how you see the beach at the venue.
It's beautiful.
You know? But then I'm also like, do I need a beach at the wedding if I'm going to do that at a honeymoon? Like, do I really care? Because do you really enjoy that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's about what you want. You know, it's the setting, not because it's also your guests.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, exactly. Like
they love that beautiful setting.
You are throwing a party not just for you, but for
in honor of you guys.
In honor, exactly. But he wants to do it, more towards Brooklyn because that's where our life is together.
That's cute. I'm sure there's some good venues there.
They're expensive. So,
well, happy planning.
Thank you. Yes, lots, and I'm sure more to come. I'm so excited to see, everybody else that comes on with you from Sharon and friends. You got Nolan.
Yes, Nolan's
next week.
Up next. He's
then
on
you
deck.
Got Bree, and then we're gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
It's fun though, just getting everybody to kind of know our team a little bit more.
Yeah,
and
it's
just
exciting.
All the work that we do.
Yeah,
it's so important, and just it's such a privilege to be able to work for an organization that represents where you grew up.
Yeah,
for me especially,
and you love it. Like when you love what you do, you don't have to work a day in your life. Thank you, Michael, for joining me this week. It's been fun talking Coachella and exciting plans for you. Tune in next week where we will have Nolan. We'll be talking Long Island music scene. I'm excited. And fun fact, Nolan is an artist and he is dropping music that week as well.
Oh,
he's dropping a single every
look at
week. So we'll talk about that next week, but tune in next week.
See you next time, guys.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island, thanks to our generous sponsor, Sands New York. Visit sandsnewyork.com for more information. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and X. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.